Welcome back to Ottawa. The house divided tonight. Lots of Canadiens fans in attendance. First game of the year in this building between these two arch rivals. Starting goalies are brought to you by Scotiabank. You're richer than you think. Scotiabank. 25-year-old Dustin Tokarski, the native of Humboldt, Saskatchewan, gets the start. His last was in Florida December 30th, allowed 1 goal on 37 shots in a 2-1 win. Craig Anderson won his last start as well. Against Arizona, allowed 1 goal on 32 shots. He's number 5 in the NHL in save percentage. Tokarski and Price together for Montreal are number 2 in the NHL in team save percentage. And Jamie, we've seen signs of life from Milan McCulloch of late.
Yeah, and the Ottawa Senators need this veteran forward to get his game going. He scored a couple goals in his last couple games, up to 5 on the season, got a couple years left of term at $4 million a year, and certainly you need more out of a veteran guy. That the Senators, they want to stay in this playoff race. It's going to be guys like Milan McCulloch that continue to elevate their play and try and get them back into it.
And meantime, the hottest goal scorer in the NHL, Max Pacioretty, struck twice last night in the third period against Columbus. He scored in 5 straight games, 6 goals in those 5 games. We're underway. Ottawa wearing its third uniforms, and Jared Cowan rattles out around the glass. Hard in the forecheck as Alex Chiasson bumps into Nathan Beaulieu. And now a chance for Kyle Turris, who flips out wide of the goal. Here's Cowan back with it. Cowan off the side of the goal frame. Chiasson looking for it. Alex Chiasson, goalless in his last 12, centers it. And it bounces back to the point, backhanded in by Clark MacArthur. Beaulieu tied up, finds Buchanan. MacArthur got in the way, and now the Canadiens are off as Gallagher's got it. And Cowan knocked that away.
But they got to be aware in the offensive zone, especially on the blue line. Montreal Canadiens like to transition the puck so quickly. They almost had a 2-on-1 situation, was poked away at the last second.
PK Subban getting his customary greeting. Fans of that pass. It's knocked down by Bobby Ryan, but the play's offside at the Montreal line. Tonight's game plan is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of the NHL.
Well, if you're the Ottawa Senators, you have to focus on your own end. I talked about the Canadiens and their speed, and in Dallas, they gave them 4 goals in the second period. They've got to tighten up defensively. And the Montreal Canadiens, yes, use that speed in transition. We know that Max Pacioretty looks for those stretch passes from PK Subban for breakaways.
Montreal's won 6 in a row on the road. Overall, just 2 regulation losses in the last 13 for the Canadiens. Weiss and here, and a face-off back in their zone.
Gord, Max Pacioretty, 20 goals halfway through the season. This is somebody who's really found his game, and you know, the All-Star snub, people are hot about it in Montreal. I still contain that you know what, he'll welcome the 4 days off, and I think secretly the Canadiens want him to have those days rest down the stretch.
Now a centering pass, Mike Hoffman shoots, rebound, score! Mika Zibanejad taps it by Tokarski, and it's 1-0 Ottawa. Less than 2 minutes into the game.
This is all made possible by a 1 draw in the offensive zone. It's terrific work. It pops right back. Zibanejad pops it back down low. Nice little play into the middle. And Zibanejad goes hard to the net, gets a juicy rebound off Tokarski, and jams it in just past that glove side. But it's a set play right off the draw, and nobody picks up Zibanejad in front. He's able to jam it home past the outstretched leg of Dustin Tokarski, and the Senators with a real nice start. Just over a minute into the game, are up 1-0.
Mike Hoffman with the initial shot, Zibanejad on the rebound with his first in his last 11 games. So Zibanejad and Chiasson, 2 guys Ottawa's trying to get going. Now Jean-Gabriel Pageau drops it back for Greiba. Greiba centers it, bounces off a leg, still loose in front. Tokarski's down, and finally played away by Galchenyuk. Of course, Montreal played last night and traveled. They've got border issues. They get into Ottawa around 2 o'clock in the morning. These are always tough back-to-backs. And Ottawa home and hungry after dropping that game to Dallas on Tuesday night. Tom Gilbert for Galchenyuk. Bournival chipped it up to center ice. It's knocked down by Cowan. Lead pass from Mark Stone that was poked away by Evelyn. And Manny Malhotra has it, guns that wide of the goal. In comes P.A. Parenteau, wraps it around, and waiting for it is Beaulieu. Nathan Beaulieu shoots, and that hit the ankle of Jared Cowan. It bounced out to center ice, and that took a bite out of Cowan.
Yeah, he's not happy about it as he skates to the bench, but again, Good start by the Senators, keeping everything to the outside away from Craig Anderson.
Shots are 4-0 already, Ottawa. Here is David Legwand, fires it down to the Montreal zone. And Lazar is on it, and gets taken down in the corner by Brandon Prust. Now a centering pass. And Tokarski makes the glove save on David Legwand.
This is a great save by Dustin Tokarski as David Legwand gets a one-timer in front. Tokarski ends up getting a glove on it. Just off the initial dump in, Lazar pops it down low. Condra's going to pop it right out to Legwand, who gets in that soft area. And it's nice work by Condra to identify that Legwand is available. And Tokarski, hugging the post, has his glove available and makes a nice glove save to keep it out of the net.
Now Buchanan's on the face-off against Turris, a scrambled draw. And it's poked out by Andrei Markov. Markov was trying to snap that head to Pacioretty, hit a leg, and MacArthur plays it back into the Montreal zone. Now Gallagher pokes down the Ottawa end, and here's Erik Karlsson with it. He's played 300 more minutes than any other Ottawa player. That's 5 hours more ice time than any other Senator. Karlsson centers a tap right on goal by MacArthur. Tokarski to save, rebound, tap wide by Chiasson. He tries to center it, now Mathot comes in, plays it back down to Chiasson. Trying to wrap that back, and then Pacioretty plays it out to center ice. Knocked down by Gallagher, he played it with a high stick, but another great chance for Ottawa. Shots are 6-0 Senators.
Well, Gordon, it's all about the pace of the Senators, catching the Canadians a little bit sleep off the draw here and throwing pucks towards the net. Tokarski having a little bit of issue with rebounds and creating second chances on him.
Ottawa changing as Emelin brings it in, and now Anderson pokes that away for Bobby Ryan. Mirkosh, he's back in the lineup for Ottawa in place of Chris Phillips. Knocks that down for Zibanejad. It's poked away by Lars Eller and back out to center ice. Eller and Greiba out there together now as Greiba plays it rink wide. And of course, they were central figures in the playoff series in the spring of 2013. Hoffman puts that wide, and it's poked away by Tokarski. Greiba laid Eller out with a high hit early in that series. Now it's poked wide by Ryan. There's still bitter feelings about that. Now Ryan shoots Tokarski to save, steers that to the corner. Zibanejad trying to poke it back. Emelin up for Desharnais, and Greiba steps in front of him.
Great pace again by the Senators, funneling everything towards Dustin Tokarski. That last play, he controls the rebound, but that's something you've got to slow the pace of the game down right now.
And jumping in is McCulloch. That was knocked away by Beaulieu. Galchenyuk back with it for Montreal. And McCulloch bumps into Galchenyuk. The puck's still loose. Gonchar lost it. And now Stone trying to knock it back, but Yuri Sekach has that for Montreal. Jumping in with Bourneval. Sekach steered to the corner by Cody Ceci. Then kept alive by Beaulieu. Down for Bourneval. Here's Sekach with it, being watched there by Ceci. Start of a crucial stretch for Ottawa. 12 of the next 15 games on home ice. Galchenyuk picks it out in the corner. Slides it back for Gonchar. Hard pass hit for Sekach, who fires out way wide, and Cowan's back to pick it up. Now Cowan got followed up by Sekach. And Pajot back to pick it up. Jean-Gabriel Pajot had a hat trick against the Canadians in that 2013 playoff series.
Been pretty quiet since, although his effort level and his effectiveness level for the Senators in the 12 games he's played, he's been pretty well, but you want to see more production. He only has 1 assist in the 12 games he's played this season.
Subban back for it. Remember the overtime goal he scored last year when he showed the Canadians' crest to the fans here in Ottawa?
Oh yeah, he's a fan favorite here.
Doing his job then. Now Karlsson threw that through the crease, back at the point. Subban with a shot, and Anderson gets a piece of that and sends it up but out of play.
Erik Karlsson turns that puck over, but he has a great rush initially. Throws it through the middle, and it's MacArthur going hard to the neck with the redirection, and Tokarski able to fight it off. Now Karlsson with a little saucer pass in front of Craig Anderson that almost comes back to bite them if there was a redirection. Anderson with good work to blocker that over the glass and get a whistle and slow things down. That's his first shot against in the game.
Turris against Buchanan's on the face-off. Ottawa's 28th in the NHL in face-off percentage. In fact, none of their regular centers are over 50%. Now Gallagher digging for it. Karlsson steps into him, and away comes Karlsson on the backhand. Chipped ahead quickly by MacArthur. In comes Turris. Kyle Turris with a shot at Tokarski. Knocks that to the corner. Buchanan's to Gallagher. He got bottled up. MacArthur picks up the loose puck. Slides it back to the point, but Carlson had to leave the zone.
That's great work by Mark Mathon to keep the puck in the zone. Senators again aggressive at the blue line, creating turnovers.
Turris had a stick knocked away. Now Pacioretty on it. Plays it down to Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher to Buchanan's. Thomas Buchanan's loose in the corner now. All the way back from top. Shoots. That was blocked by Mathon. Gonchar comes steaming in. Spent 3 years with Ottawa. The pass banked back by Pacioretty. Eller left the ice. It looked like Ottawa or Montreal rather had too many men on the ice. Ottawa bench was hollering. Now Beaulieu with it. For Pacioretty with a long shot. And Craig Anderson able to make the stop. Because Zibanejad has his 10th of the year. Ottawa with a 1-0 lead.
Hey, because you can count a 6th player come onto the ice. Plekanec is going to change. He's calling for it. Now he stops the puck, and Lars Eller had jumped. Now he's close to the bench, and you can see referee Dan O'Rourke make the non-call, and I could hear him explaining in between whistles here, saying that Eller made the effort to get off the ice. You have to give them a bumper zone. So it's a non-call by Dan O'Rourke, but certainly the Senators were real hot, felt that there was a too many men penalty on that play.
And most of the time when there's too many men, it's not 6 skaters on the ice, it's the guy playing the puck before the player he's replacing has gone off.
Yeah, that's why they were so hot about the call, because it was clearly Plekanec stops the puck and gets engaged back into the play instead of heading off and allowing that legal change for Lars Eller. Let's go back to that first goal. It's a perfect play by Zibanejad to win the draw, but it's a nice set play as Hoffman's going to get available. Bobby Ryan puts it on a tee for a one-timer. Zibanejad's in front for a screen. It's a juicy rebound off of Dustin Tokarski, and Zibanejad jams home that rebound past the left pad. But that's a set play, and it's a real good look at the net, and the Senators are able to execute.
Mike Hoffman going to the All-Star game next week. This one of the rookies taking part. Was a shot by Condra. Cowan rather, and that's knocked wide by Tokarski. Hoffman will take part in the skating competition almost assuredly. The fastest skater. He won that last year at the American Hockey League All-Star game. I might pick him in targets too, the way he's shooting these days.
He has such a lethal release, and it's dangerous. It's tough for a goaltender to read it off of his stick.
Here's Cody Ceci trying to center it, blocked by Emelin. And behind the goal is Stone. Squeezed there by Tom Gilbert. And Galchenyuk pokes it up for Gallagher, trying to get it by Ceci, but Ceci held his ground. And again, Ceci interrupts that pass. Finally, Pacioretty knocks it ahead to Gallagher. And now it's shoveled over the glass and out. We're going to face off at the Ottawa line.
Mike Hoffman, leading rookie scorers, 15 goals, tied with Philip Forsberg. But, you know, Gord, we talked about how lethal his shot is and how quick of a player he is. And now at 25 years old, people are saying, okay, well, a rookie, he's had a lot of pro experience. It doesn't matter. He's here for the whole meal, not a cup of coffee at this point, and he's done a terrific job for the Senators.
So he's 25. If he's 26, he's not eligible for the Calder. As the steal is made by MacArthur and the stop by Tokarski. He played 25 games last year. If he plays 26, also not eligible for the Calder. So he's just eligible as a rookie.
I think there's some other players that are certainly in that conversation as well, as Aaron Ekblad's been terrific for the Florida Panthers, and he hasn't turned 19 until in February, and Philip Forsberg has had a real consistent start, although Hoffman has caught up to him in goals.
Remember when Sergei Makarov won the Calder, he was 27?
27, allegedly. You never know how old he was really coming over.
Now the puck loose in the corner. Lazar races to it. Lazar not getting a lot of ice time since he's come back from the World Junior in a couple of games, but he's out there now with Legwand. And in comes Lazar. Falls and shoots Tokarski with a pad save. Neil Weiss tries to poke that around for Markov. He got tied up by Greiba. And Weiss back to pick it up. Here's Subban with it. Watch there by Condra. Chantre 11-2 Ottawa as we approach the midway point of the first period. Lars Eller fires it around. Here's Anderson out to play it.
Well, you couldn't have scripted a better start for the Ottawa Senators as far as limiting time and space for the Montreal Canadiens in the neutral zone, being aggressive, and then getting that first goal.
Virkanch, a long pass for Bobby Ryan, who chipped that in. Knocked out by Beaulieu. And away comes Malhotra back the other way. Manny Malhotra works in, winds and shoots. Anderson to stop, and he hangs on to the rebound with Bournival lurking for the rebound.
Curtis Lazar gets an opportunity off the rush. Nice little play. He's going to pop it into the neutral zone and then get back available. Cut to the middle. He's got a back checker and David Desharnais and PK Subban standing up on him. He still gets a good shot on Tokarski's forced to make a good save, but coming back from the World Junior, you see Curtis Lazar starting to handle the puck a little bit more and have some confidence with it, and that's really good. And I think a lot of people are glad that Lazar went to the World Junior for that experience.
Scored his first NHL goal right before he went to the camp, December 15th in Buffalo. Now Beaulieu up ahead for Galchenyuk, who gets it right back. Into the corner he goes for Parenteau. Got tied up there by Cowan. Beaulieu waiting for it. Being watched by Stone right on the line, and now they'll say it did poke out. And the play's offside at the Ottawa line, and Beaulieu doesn't like the call.
Well, Steve Barton was right there, linesman. He made a terrific call. It does come out across the line, and he's sharp on it.
Yep.
Takes a peek, but man, it's a game of inches. I wouldn't want to be a linesman.
Well, for a lot of reasons, not the least of which is you have to break up fights.
Yeah, exactly. And in today's world, there's a lot of linesmen taking shots to the head. And guys are throwing air and punches.
I don't try to want to tangle with one of the officials either. They're in fairly good shape. Dan O'Rourke, one of tonight's referees, is a workout machine.
He's in phenomenal shape.
There's Emelin, centers it, spinning and shooting his Pacioretty. That was blocked by Mathot. Now Tom Gilbert with a drive. That was tipped by the high stick of Brendan Gallagher. And Emelin races up, and because the puck was touched with a high stick, play is called. The face-off will come outside. 9:35 to go. Ottawa leading Montreal 1-0. And is brought to you by the bold new 2015 Toyota Camry. One bold choice leads to another. Here at the nation's capital, where it's been chilly the last few days, but the good news for that is the Rideau Canal open today for skating.
I'll take the warm weather outside of the canal, Gord. That's just me, though.
Come on, bring the goalie skates next time. We'll go for a skate.
I threw them in the river. I don't even know where they are. They had a layer of dust on them anyways when I played. I never got out on the ice, but you know what? When I retired, I said, only going to skate for charity, nothing else. No more recreation.
Do a lot of charities ask you to skate for them, just out of curiosity?
Not too many. Maybe one a year, but a lot of golf tournaments now.
But you know what? Honestly, Dave, have you ever done it? You ever skated on the Rideau?
I have, and it's outstanding. I'm having fun with it. It's an outstanding skate, and what an experience.
Something every Canadian should do when you get a chance. Now Zibanejad ahead to Hoffman. 7 goals in the last 11 games for Mike Hoffman. That down, and Brandon Prust broke it up. And rink wide it goes for Markov. Snaps it right back for Eller, but Mark Mathot steps in front of that pass and picks it off. Mathot was at an injury-plagued season for Ottawa. Up ahead for Zibanejad, back to Hoffman. In shoots, and Subban blocked out. Zibanejad centers it. And Subban blocked out as well.
That's good work by PK Subban to limit time and space of Mike Hoffman. He knows he's a shooter. He puts that stick in the lane and really settles that situation down.
Turris, loose in the corner, got tied up there by Beaulieu. And now a penalty coming up as Turris touches up and a penalty to Montreal. Now Greimer with a shot, Tokarski to save. The puck is still loose, but a quick whistle. And the Ottawa Senators will get the game's first power play. It'll be a tripping call to Thomas Plekanec.
He's not happy with the call, but he's going to trip Clark MacArthur. It's a bit of a late play, gives him a push and then turns him the can opener right there in front of referee Dan O'Rourke. Certainly a legit call. I was more concerned on the delayed penalty. Greiber puts the puck towards the net. MacArthur went hard to the net, and there was a little bit of contact with Tokarski. And you never know the temperature of refs making calls on goaltender interference right now.
Ottawa ranked 18th in the league on the power play. Legwand tied for the team lead with 5 power play goals. Weirkosh gets his own pass right back and feeds across to Legwand. Clark MacArthur also has 5 goals on the power play. He's loose in the corner. Knocks it back. Turris with a shot that was blocked by Prust. And Tom Gilbert calmly slides that back down to the Ottawa zone.
It's a great work by Brandon Prust to get into the lane, and I like the shooter's mentality from the Senators, try and get everything towards the net.
Shots are 12-3 Ottawa here in the early going, and they're on the power play. Hamilton tied up there by Stone. At the point, held by Legwand, who plays it across to Wiercott. Patrick Wiercott taps it down to MacArthur. Looks back for Wiercott, but Pacioretty intercepts and fires it down the ice.
What's interesting, Patrick Wiercott being on this second power play, somebody who's been a healthy scratch in place of Chris Phillips, but Coach Dave Cameron giving him an opportunity to generate his game, not only 5-on-5, but 5-on-4.
Here's Ryan, back to Carlson. Across to Chiasson. In the corner to Zibanejad. Back to Carlson. Carlson down to McCulloch. And Milan McCulloch, with goals in back-to-back games, finds Ryan. McCulloch wraps it around for Zibanejad. To the point to Carlson. With time, feeds across. Ryan in, shoots. Tokarski with a blocker save. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Here's Zibanejad with it. Back to the point. Here's Ryan. Slides it back. Chiasson gets a shot away. The puck's loose. And it's scooped up by Malhotra and sent down the ice. 3 good looks for Ottawa, result in 1 shot on goal.
Well, it's terrific work and good patience by Bobby Ryan to try and find that option on the back door. Tokarski's in good position to make the save, but the Senators are certainly taking full advantage of a tired Montreal team that played last night.
Away comes Eller in the dying seconds of the power play. Eller with some time. Comes to the trail. Emelin in, shoots, and Anderson makes a glove save and swats the rebound away. 1 shot on goal for Ottawa on that power play. And at the tail end of it, a great chance for Montreal to tie it. Allen pumps it around, knocked down though by Stone. In for Turris. He got bumped there by Plekanec. Now Gilbert. Out to Weiss. Dale Weiss snaps it across for Pacioretty. Up for Plekanec. In comes Plekanec now. Backhands it in front, and Anderson steers that away. Now Stone centers it just out of the reach of Eric Condra. Ball you up for Pacioretty, who chips that down to the Ottawa zone. Under 6 to go in a very brisk first period. Lazar finds Pajot. His long shot handled easily by Tokarski. Now Pajot back on the rebound. Dangles in the corner. Lazar picks it up. Got to spin that back for Cowan. Gets it right back and plays it across for Pajot. Cody Ceci trying to tap that in front. Gallagher picks it up. Pacioretty was in behind the Ottawa defense. Now has it. Shoots, scores! Max Pacioretty, blazing hot, has now scored in 6 straight games.
And Gord, that's the danger of the Montreal Canadiens. Shots are 15-6 at the time, and they need 1 opportunity to turn the puck over, and it happens by Cody Ceci. Tries to jam it towards the net. Gallagher throws a rolling puck, and it ends up Pacioretty gets inside position on Jared Cowan. Just fires a rolling puck that slides between the wickets of Craig Anderson, who looks to the sky at the last second, frustrated with that goal. But that's the danger of the Montreal Canadiens, a little transition play, and all it takes is 1 turnover at the offensive blue line, and Montreal Canadiens are back into this game.
Goals in 6 straight for Pacioretty. He has scored 7 in that period. The man who entered the game tied for 7th in NHL goal scoring has his 21st. And now Ryan across the line, but the play's offside. Gallagher and Plekanec draw the assists as Pacioretty draws Montreal even.
Pacioretty's going to score his 21st goal of the season, and it's a turnover. Cody Ceci trying to force that puck down low. Gallagher's in the lane. Now he just tries to needle it through, and it's a bouncing puck that Jared Cowan get a handle on. Pacioretty gets inside position and then just fires it off the rush. It surprises Craig Anderson between the legs, but frustrating play because Ottawa has certainly carried the play against the Montreal Canadiens and had them back on their heels, and the Canadiens jumped right back into this game with a broken play off a turnover.
All goal scorers can be streaky, Jamie, but Pacioretty has taken a lot of that out of his game. He hasn't gone more than 5 games in a row without scoring this year.
Well, Gord, what's impressive for me about Pacioretty's game is we know, just like he scored on this play, he's got that breakaway speed to separate himself, but we're seeing a lot more goals in that 10-foot radius. Last night he had a couple power play goals where he got into that slot, got available, and got that quick release away. So, Pacioretty is a threat on so many levels right now, and like you say, Gord, it's more about the consistency of the player playing with a ton of confidence, but when you're scoring all different types of goals, not just one type of goal, that really speaks to, how well-rounded he is of a goal scorer.
Subban and Pacioretty not named to the All-Star rosters for Columbus. Why wouldn't you want PK Subban at the All-Star game?
You want the face of any organization there, and I think there's a lot of frustrated fans on so many levels of guys who you could call termed snub. But PK is a guy that you want there because he has a lot of fun. He's such a great character.
In comes Eric Condra with a drive, and Tokarski makes the save on him. And now banked off the glass by Emelin down the ice, and that'll be a face-off right back in the Montreal zone.
But Gord, you mentioned the face of a franchise and somebody who's a character. Look at PK Subban having fun in warm-up. You have the luxury of, I'm in between the benches and watching these guys have so much fun and yuck it up. And you look at the chemistry of this Montreal Canadian team, and Subban certainly liked by his teammates. I know he's very close with Carey Price, who gets the night off, but a ton of fun in warm-up.
Ton of fun, period.
Yeah.
Now Ceci shoots, then blocked on the way in. Dale Weiss knocks it down. And that broke the stick of Bourneval as Ceci plays it across to Cowan. Under 4 to go in the opening period. Just the second meeting of the year between these two divisional rivals. Gilbert around for Gallagher, picked off by Stone. Cross he goes to Ceci. His pass pinballs off the skate. Stone with a chance. Loose in front. Pajot couldn't reach it. Backhand shot by McCulloch. That stop, rebound, score. Jean-Gabriel Pajot gives Ottawa the lead back.
And finally, Jean-Gabriel Pajot gets rewarded for his strong work since his recall. And it's terrific work along the boards to pinch down and keep that puck in. Now it's good puck movement. Throw it towards the net, a bouncing puck. Gallagher can't corral it. He throws it up the middle. McCulloch on the backhand tries to force it to the net, and Pajot holds his position. He's able to get inside position on the Montreal defender. And this is just terrific work to grab it off that rebound, and it's Gallagher again that he's inside, and he gets the rebound, is able to jam it past Dustin Tokarski, but Pajot finally gets rewarded for some of the chances he's had in past games.
First NHL goal in over a year. He had last scored in December of 2013. So first of the year, at 20 goals with Binghamton in the American League last year. McCulloch and Stone draw the assist at 16:28, and Ottawa's back in front.
Gord, all you heard about was how well Pajot was playing in the minors, and he certainly has had nice looks, but when you have 1 assist in 12 games, you start to wonder if it's ever going to happen for him. Well, it happens in this game, and happiest guy in the building right now.
Turris banks ahead for Ryan, who's knocked down by Galchenyuk. And Galchenyuk swings through center ice, finds Sekach, who drops it back for Beaulieu. 17-6, the shots on goal in favor of Ottawa. Remember, Montreal had the big comeback last night, down 2-0 with 8.5 to go in Columbus.
They're a confident team, Gordon. We saw them having some fun in warm-up, but Ottawa needs to continue to push that pace up and finish this period off with just over 2 minutes left.
Here's Markov, snaps that through the middle for Eller. Eller drops it in behind the Ottawa goal. Anderson plays it around. That was knocked down by Eller, but now played out by Ryan. Subban back for it. Weirkosh up ahead to Lazar. Swung back, and Legwand picks it up. Legwand fanned the clearing attempt. Prus jumps on him. Got around Greiba. Brandon Prus centers it. And it's knocked down by Legwand, who comes back to clean up his own mess. Now Lazar back for Legwand. To Lazar. In across the line. Lazar shoots. Tokarski to save. It's skipped by Legwand, and back come Montreal the other way. Prus drops it off for Desharnais. David Desharnais loose in the corner now as Montreal changes. He buys some time. And it bounced away from Prus. Now Buchanan saws the stick of Cowan in half, and Buchanan will get his second minor penalty of the opening period, this time for a slash.
Not too happy about it. Dan O'Rourke in position to make that call. But Buchanan ends up slashing his stick in the corner. Cowan wants to play that up the boards. tough not to make that call when you shatter somebody's stick right in half. And I know people say those one pieces are pretty easy to snap in half, but the evidence right in front of you, call has to be made.
So Ottawa back to the power play with 1:20 to go in the period. And Zibanejad will take the face-off against Manny Malhotra, who's #1 in the NHL at 62%. And he won that one cleanly. Bobby Ryan, though, keeps the puck alive for Ottawa. Ryan lays it back to Karlsson. Across he goes. The shot hammered on goal by Zibanejad, stopped by Tokarski. Again, Ryan knocks down the clearing attempt. And Zibanejad lost it. Now Tom Gilbert fires it down.
That was an outstanding save by Dustin Tokarski. Zibanejad got all of that shot. Tokarski, good push across and made a blocker save on an absolutely labeled goal.
In comes Ryan now. Bobby Ryan with some time, loose behind the Montreal goal. Ryan deals back, works in front and shoots. Tokarski got a piece of that. Chiasson bats at it. And now Weller on the backhand plays it down.
Real good work by Bobby Ryan. This has been the best period I've witnessed of Senators hockey in a while as far as creating chances and really driving that front of the net. Ryan steps off the wall and Tokarski's forced to make another tough blocker save.
Turris drops that back to MacArthur. In for Turris. 20 seconds to go in the period. Turris shoots. That was tipped high by MacArthur. Legwand plays around, but it deflects off of Montreal. Stick it out of play, and the face-off will be in the Canadian zone. Tonight's player profile is brought to you by Asante, providing complete financial advice with 13.5 seconds to go in the period. And we'll get to that in a moment or later. 20-6, the shots in favor of Ottawa. Stone drops it back to Karlsson. And his pass goes off the skate of Malhotra and out. And Ottawa is going to have some carryover of the power play. It'll be 40 seconds into period number 2. So an impressive first period for Ottawa, outshooting Montreal 20-6 and leading by a score of 2-1. It's to James Duthie and our first intermission.
The Senators' game plan, real strong first period, but now you've got to continue to push that pace because they handed away 2 points in the second period in Dallas the other day. You've got to find a way to sustain it and continue to push the Montreal Canadiens back on their heels.
Thomas Plekanec has 40 seconds to serve on his slashing penalty. And Malhotra just bowls over Zibanejad in the face-off, and the puck winds up in the Ottawa zone. What a job by Manny Malhotra to resurrect his career after the eye injury he suffered in Vancouver. Went to Charlotte of the American League last year, and now Zibanejad throws that through the crease. Wound up with Carolina, had a strong year for them, and signed as a free agent with Montreal. Patrick Wiercott drops it off for Zibanejad. Centers it for Hoffman, back to Zibanejad. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Karlsson plays it across to Ryan, works in from a sharp angle. Bobby Ryan gets Tokarski down. Try to flip it back in front, and Markov broke that up. 2 shots on goal on that power play as Plekanec steps out. Here's Karlsson. Feeds across, Ryan in, shoots, Tokarski a pad save, the puck still loose, and finally it dribbles up the center ice where Karlsson picks it up.
It's a great right pad save by Tokarski as Bobby Ryan had taken a little ice for himself and created a better lane, and Tokarski is able to read that and make a nice save.
Plekanec for Malhotra, in, shoots, he was trying to find the stick of Brendan Gallagher, who winds up in the Ottawa net, and just missed on the tip.
We're going to see Dustin Tokarski read the play. It's a real nice move by Bobby Ryan. It's going to kick wide, and now he takes a little better angle for himself as Markov is trying to block that shot. Tokarski with a right pad save, and then always dangerous towards the net. Brendan Gallagher going hard, but it's a great play by Craig Anderson to blocker that out of the way, because a lot of times that could be blockered right into a player who carries it into the net. So good heads-up play by Anderson to put that over the glass for the draw.
Plekanec wins the face-off back to Gonchar. Around to Gallagher. Tied up there by Ceci. Gallagher spins back in the corner, and Ceci stays with him. Gallagher, who played a season-high 20-55 last night against Columbus, lost the handle. Cowan chips it ahead for Turris. In comes Gallagher. And Cody Ceci plays it around. He missed Cowan with it. Now Chiasson waiting for it. Pokes it by Desharnais. Turris in with MacArthur. Passes in behind him. Desharnais back the other way with Pacioretty. And Pacioretty takes that long lead pass. Works his way back in. Gets a shot away. Anderson to stop. The puck crosses the line. But after the net had come off, it's no goal.
Max Pacioretty's going to drive hard to the net. Pop the puck through the triangle of Jared Cowan. And Desharnais finds him with speed. Cowan wants to try and take that puck away, and Pacioretty drives the net hard. Craig Anderson holds his position. Pacioretty runs through the body. Puck does go in the net, but after the whistle, that wouldn't have been a goal. But that's a danger of Max Pacioretty. He's a strong skater. He's a big body and drives hard to the net. And the referees have been called over to the timekeeper's box to...
We're going to review this play because the puck did cross the line. Now the standard is the goal frame intact? So it can be up on the pegs, but it was, from our angle, clearly dislodged.
It was dislodged, and you could argue that Pacioretty runs into Anderson, so he doesn't have an opportunity to make that save. And Pacioretty, heading off.
It's the last thing Montreal needs to see.
He's been so good for the Canadiens. He's such a threat every time he's on the ice. Now the call on the ice, I believe, was no call, no goal.
Yeah, that was the call from Dan O'Rourke, was no goal.
Upon further review of the play, the call on the ice stands, no goal.
Here's Pacioretty busting in, and there you go.
Yeah, it clearly crosses the line, but the net is dislodged. Anderson's pushed into it, but bigger picture, you hope that Pacioretty's all right if you're a Canadiens fan, because that's not a good sight having him walk down that alleyway to the dressing room.
Another face-off won by Montreal. Evelyn, a shot that goes just wide and just missed Dan O'Rourke. Desharnais back with it. Back to the point to Gilbert. Nifty pass there for Parenteau. And P.A. Parenteau, who's just returned from injury himself, goes back down to Desharnais. Tied up by Pageau down low. Puck way up in the air, drops down to Gilbert. Now McCulloch picks it up for Pageau. Back from Milan, McCulloch to the trailer. Karlsson shoots, scores! Karlsson wires it home, and it's 3-1 Ottawa.
This is a terrific shot by Erik Karlsson, but it's all made possible by Milan McCulloch, who wins a battle right here on David Desharnais. The puck pops loose. Now you're off to the races, 3-on-2. Karlsson identifies strength in numbers. He gets a pass from McCulloch and steps right into this one and wires it past Dustin Tokarski on the blocker side, but it's good support in your own zone that helped turn the puck the other way. And Erik Karlsson gets his first goal under Coach Dave Cameron.
His 8th of the year, his first since December the 7th. He hadn't scored in 15 games. McCulloch and Pageau draw the assist at 2:16. And it's a 2-goal advantage for Ottawa. So now an uphill climb for Montreal. Played last night without Pacioretty, at least for now. Here's Galchenyuk. Tap back at the point. Subban shot deflected away by Hoffman, who quickly checks his stick to make sure it's still intact. And Galchenyuk picks up a loose puck in the corner. Back for Subban. Crossy goes Markov for Eller. Shoots. It dribbles down to Anderson, and he leaps out to pick that up with Galchenyuk looking for the rebound.
Get another look at the goal by Erik Karlsson. It's good support in the defensive zone. All 5 guys in the right position. Support the puck. Now McCulloch pops it out. Pageau drives the middle, creates that lane for Erik Karlsson, and he steps in and makes no mistake. But you talk about the positioning of a team in their own defensive zone to be in that support position. When pucks are turned over, you go on that offense and play the right way. Coach Dave Cameron will be really happy with that goal.
And there is Max Pacioretty back on the Montreal bench after a brief trip to the dressing room. And Malhotra spits another puck back to the point. Like a Pez dispenser, that guy. Loose in the corner, almost turned it over. Cowan picks it up. And away comes Legwand. Tied up by Beaulieu. And by Malhotra. Here's Prust with it now. Prust in shoots. Anderson a blocker save. Condra gathers up the rebound. Puts it way up in the air for Lazar. Now Lazar works in. Drops it back to Ceci. In, shoots, that's blocked by Malhotra. Ceci steps up, knocks down the clearing attempt. Fed around to Legwand, taps it back for Condra. And Legwand back in for Condra. Lazar's loose in front, they can't find him, and Malhotra plays it off the glass, up and out.
To access your coupons for exclusive savings at participating Canadian Tire locations, visit ottawasenators.com/sendsave.
Craig Anderson's got a skate problem. Often skates for goaltenders get nicked on the goalpost.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially with the butterfly style and guys going into that butterfly save, you lose an edge or lose part of an edge if you end up trying to push off your post on post-to-post plays. Anderson, that last play, was real strong on the Prust shot. Real good rebound control. He's able to punch it to the corner. So Anderson locked in. They're going to need him because you still get that feeling that Montreal's going to have that big push, especially in the third period. They're a team that likes to score a lot of third-period goals.
And a face-off won by Montreal after Ottawa dominated the first period, but all Canadians here in the second. Off the end board comes Buchanan, shoots. Anderson makes the stop. He juggled it for a moment, but hangs on and gives Pacioretty a shot as Pacioretty was digging for the rebound, and Anderson didn't like that.
Well, it's a nice play by the Montreal Canadiens because you win a draw in your own zone. Little D-to-D play. Now Gallagher is going to lead Buchanan's far corner, and it comes right off of, we'll call that a favorable bounce, but Craig Anderson's in terrific position, sets his angle on it, and makes a nice save, but takes exception to the rebound pop by Buchanan.
Chiasson chipped out ahead for MacArthur. Clark MacArthur walks back in front, has all day in, shoots, it was blocked by Markov. I'm not sure MacArthur realized how much space he had there. He spun around, there was no one watching him.
Sometimes you're a victim of having too much time. You overthink the play instead of getting it towards the net. And Markov made a nice play to take the angle away from him.
Now Chiasson rides off Subban down to MacArthur. Clark MacArthur to the point to Mathot. Winds and fires up just a couple of heads on the way through. And Carlson back across to Mathot. Banks it off the inboards and finds Turris. Back to Mathot. In for Turris. Swings that through the crease, and Markov knocks it down. And for Buchanan, who lifts that down to the Ottawa zone, just kind of dies on the goal line. That's an icing call against Montreal in the middle of a line change, so they'll have to send those guys back on for a face-off.
Clark MacArthur frustrated after he gets a ton of time here. A little stop-up play. Canadians all sag back to the middle. He's got nothing but time. Even Tokarski takes a step out of the blue paint to try and cut the angle off, and it's Markov who's going to close off that angle. Subban goes for a drive-by and slips, and Markov able to get enough of it to keep it away from his net.
Pageau in for the face-off against Buchanan, who wins that cleanly. And Markov plays that to the line into the Ottawa bench, so the Canadians will be able to change now. The shots are 22-10 in favor of Ottawa.
Gord, before the game, I had a chat with J.J. Daniel, the assistant coach of Montreal Canadiens. He couldn't rave enough about Sergei Gonchar and the addition he's brought to the Montreal Canadiens, and patience and power play work. He's 40 years old, but he's a consummate pro, and he's been rubbing off on some of these young players as far as a real positive influence. And still got lots of game left at 40.
Around by Greimer, but not out. There's a chance for Desharnais in the slot. And Wirkosh stayed with him. It was sloppy turnovers in Dallas on Tuesday that led to that Stars comeback from a pair of two-goal deficits. Desharnais in for Bourneval. Mikhail Bourneval spins back on Wirkosh, and again, and again. And Wirkosh stays with him. Eller comes in to help out. Plays it back to Beaulieu, around for Bourneval. Gonchar steps up, and a gut by him and back out to center ice. Lars Eller jumps in around Greiba, centers it, penalty coming. Sekach hit the outside of the goalpost. And there'll be a penalty going to the Ottawa Senators as Eric Greiba will go off. And the Montreal Canadiens will get their first power play when we come back.
Eric Greiba is going to get a penalty on the play, and it's good work by Lars Eller to drive wide. Greiba reaches in with a stick right there. That's where the penalty's called. But the one-timer by Sekach actually hits the left skate of Patrick Wiercioch and then dead on the post. It's terrific work by Sekach to get into that seam. A little bit of luck there as it ricochets off the skate and dead off the post on Craig Anderson. That was a labeled goal.
Now the odd part of Montreal's year, as great as the Canadiens have been, 24th in the league on the power play. They did score the 3 last night against Columbus after a long drought. And Markov's pass broken up, leg one, can't clear it out. Montreal's only 22nd in the league in goals scored. Now Plekanec centers it. Loose puck bounces back to Plekanec in behind the goal. Plays it back to Markov. Pass right from Pacioretty, who backhands it wide. And Plekanec rattles it around the glass for Pacioretty. Pacioretty and Subban both have 4 power play goals to pace Montreal.
It's good work by the Senators to force the puck up the wall and then pressure on Sergei Gonchar. He didn't get it cleanly off the wall. They were able to poke it out and go 200 feet.
Here's Pageau now short-handed. Working on Plekanec. Pageau loose in front, shovels it on goal. It's knocked away by Tokarski. And Pageau thought he had a hook there from Plekanec and had some words for the referee on the way back.
May have had a case as well, but it's great work by Pageau to stay with it and stop on the puck and try and jam it in backhand on Tokarski.
Subban for Galchenyuk. And that was poked away neatly by Stone. And Galchenyuk will try it again. Motoring it across the line. Galchenyuk in, shoots. It is short side. Desharnais back for Subban. In for David Desharnais. Galchenyuk centers. Oh, what a stop by Anderson. Point blank on Beaulieu. Desharnais back with it. Drops it down to Galchenyuk. Feeds back. Subban will rocket. That deflects wide. Subban again winds and fires, and Anderson makes the save into the midsection. So PK Subban with a couple of rockets, and Anderson a great save on Nathan Beaulieu.
Jean-Gabriel Pageau turns the puck over on the offensive blue line on Gallagher and jams in, tries to get inside position on Plekanec. Tokarski holds strong, and then tremendous wheels here by Galchenyuk. Wide angle, misses the net. Puck's going to come back and get a couple looks towards the net. PK Subban ended up putting it on a tee, and then through the seam, Nathan Beaulieu. Craig Anderson makes an outstanding coming across left to right save through the 5-hole, robbing Beaulieu on the back door.
10 seconds to go in the Montreal power play. Markov finds Eller, back to Markov. Eller to the goal line he goes for Sekach as Greiba steps back on. Here's Eller with it. 3 shots on goal for Montreal on that power play. Sekach loose in the corner. Centers it. Eller with a shot and didn't get much on it. Anderson makes the stop, but another penalty coming to the Ottawa Senators. And it'll be Cody Ceci who goes off. So seconds after killing off the Greiba penalty, Ottawa will be shorthanded again.
Cody Ceci is going to draw a penalty on Lars Eller. A little hooky right there as Lars Eller has drawn the last 2 penalties by skating hard. One driving hard on Greiba, and this one getting an inside step on Cody Ceci. Knock on Lars Eller is consistency, and he's a big, strong skater, and when you play like that, keep your feet moving, it's tough to defend, and draws another penalty for the Montreal Canadiens. And they had a couple nice looks on their last one, see if they can generate anything.
Quite a holiday season for the Eller family. His dad and his brother, part of the Danish team that made the playoff round of the World Juniors. That hard shot by Gonchar is fought off by Anderson. But Gonchar can still rip it, can he?
He's got an unbelievable one-timer. Scored a few on me in Washington with that same shot.
Pacioretty shoots the puck loose in front. Pageau swings back to pick it up. Anderson had lost his goal stick. And Pageau fires the puck down the ice. Ole Kolzig used to talk about Gonchar's shot and how much the puck spun. So it would crawl up your arm after he shot it. Now Gallagher, loose behind the Ottawa goal. Back to the point for Markov. That's poked away, and now a penalty coming as Legwand was taken down. And Markov is already in the penalty box for the trip.
Well, he knew right away, right to the penalty box, because David Legwand gets an inside step, and he's off to the races on a breakaway if Markov doesn't trip him up. And it's a clear tripping call, and Jean-Gabriel Pageau does a terrific job here as the puck goes hard to the net, and it's loose on the back door for Markov, and Pageau is able to clean up the loose change and take away a chance and get the puck down. But good work. We saw shorthanded last penalty. He got an opportunity towards Dustin Tokarski. This one saves a potential goal.
One face-off won by Desharnais, so 4-on-4 for just over a minute, barring more penalties, and then a brief Ottawa power play. Subban drops it back to Beaulieu. Nathan Beaulieu banks it back to Subban. Sends it right on goal, and Anderson sweeps that away. Back to Carlson. Zibanejad took a hard bump there from Galchenyuk, and Ottawa bottled up here as Method swings back. Carlson. Chip there to Ryan, and Bobby Ryan brings it in across the line. In comes Ryan, pulls it back and whistled that just wide. Back comes Desharnais along with Galchenyuk. David Desharnais drops. Galchenyuk tries to go behind his back, and Method stays with him. And then, Bobby Ryan just blew up Galchenyuk. Puck loose on to Galchenyuk, can't get a shot away.
That was a monster collision. Galchenyuk with some fancy footwork, and
I'm not sure Galchenyuk's right as he goes off the ice. Now Carlson in shoots, and Tokarski makes the stop on him. And Galchenyuk still shaking his head on the Montreal bench as Sekach comes in. And the play is offside. 9:41 to go here in the second period. Ottawa and Montreal is on. By Asante providing complete financial advice. Jean-Gabriel Pageau is a local kid from Ottawa, played across the river in Gatineau in the Quebec Major Junior League. Scored twice in 28 games last year, but did go a calendar year without scoring until tonight. He's the only Ottawa Senator this year who's taken 100 faceoffs who was at 50%. He was exactly 50% coming into the game.
Well, he's done a very good job, and he's been an impact player in this game. And as I said earlier, finally getting rewarded for some of his fine work. Wasn't getting the points on the board, but tonight he's been a difference maker.
Now Prust with a shot knocked away by Anderson. And Prust back on it with Wierkosh watching him, and then Wierkosh takes Prust in hard. Brief power play here for Ottawa. 0 for 2 with 3 shots on goal tonight. In comes Turris, drops it back. Stone with a chance. He hammered that wide.
He didn't miss by much, Gord. I had a terrific angle, and Stone rolled it off his stick, and that missed just by mere inches.
And Carlson back with it. Erik Karlsson drops back for Turris, for Wierkosh into MacArthur. It's offside. A late call at the Montreal line. Let's go back to that Bobby Ryan hit on Alex Galchenyuk.
Well, Galchenyuk wants to stop up on the play. Method pokes the puck away from him, and Galchenyuk, a young player, head down, turns on the play, and Bobby Ryan absolutely unloads through the body. No head contacted whatsoever. And as you mentioned, Gord, Galchenyuk was a little bit shaken up as he headed right to the bench on that play.
And right off the face-off, we're going to have a penalty. It's a high stick being called by Dan O'Rourke, so that'll end the Ottawa power play prematurely. And Kyle Turris is going off for the Senators. Or is he?
High stick, 16.
No, it's MacArthur, not Turris. It was right off the face-off. And MacArthur looking somewhat busy. Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Pretend like you don't know what's going on, and maybe they'll negate the play, but MacArthur lined up with Tom Gilbert, ends up getting his stick up on Gilbert, fighting for that inside position, and Gilbert circles back, and certainly ball's right there. It ends up hitting his face and the visor. And O'Rourke's been Johnny on the spot for a lot of calls here in this game so far.
So Montreal will go on the power play in 5 seconds when Markov steps back on. He'll join that power play. Off the draw, though, the puck controlled by Ottawa, and Gryba lifts it down as Markov steps out.
The challenge for the Senators, you've got to stay out of the box. And Canadians scored 3 power play goals last night, but it wasn't until the third. They had 4 opportunities before that and went 0 for 4.
Here's Pacioretty with it. Wraps it around for Plekanec. Subban to Markov, and that pass draws Subban out. He's being harassed there by Legwand. And now Markov fires it back around. Kicked in front by Plekanec. Now Gryba has it. And the wall is sealed by Markov. Back he goes for Plekanec. To Subban. And Montreal gets in position. Pacioretty back for Plekanec. Gallagher fighting for space in front. Plekanec's centering pass. Deflected away by Mathot. Now Gallagher back with it. Being harassed there by Mathot. They battle along the wall for it. Loose in the corner is Plekanec. Walks back and foot, shoots! And Craig Anderson makes the stop on that. Back on it is Markov. Being trailed there by Legwand. Markov still with it. Taps it back for Plekanec. Gallagher getting all kinds of abuse in front. Subban. The high pass that Pacioretty couldn't handle. His pass back. Hits by Subban.
The puck blows up on PK Subban, and Gallagher's fighting for position with Anderson.
30 seconds to go in the power play. They looked offside. Subban gets a backhand shot away. And Anderson makes the stop.
PK Subban is so dynamic. He's a terrific skater, and he decides, I'm going to do it for myself and try and get the puck towards the net. Ends up putting it between his legs off the rush. A change for the Canadians. Catches Gryba a little bit flat-footed. Offside potentially on the play, but Anderson holds that post strong and is able to corral the rebound as well.
26 seconds to go in the power play. Subban has 4 shots tonight. Here's Beaulieu. Back to Gonchar. Shoots. That was tipped just wide by Galchenyuk. And the puck went off the glass and out of play. Well, Dave Cameron asked us to pass along happy birthday wishes today to his dad, Wilbur, who is 83 in Concora, PEI. Proud dad of 6 kids, 5 boys and 1 girl, apparently. His sister didn't get a date until the 5 boys finally left home. But happy birthday, Wilbur, 83 years old and proud papa of a National Hockey League head coach. He paid his dues to get behind that bench.
Dave Cameron, certainly a liked coach. He's so friendly with the media, and he's a guy who demands a lot of respect, and like you say, he's earned his way, his right to make it to the National Hockey League.
Gonchar back to Beaulieu. 2 shots on goal for Montreal on that power play as MacArthur steps back on. Gonchar shoots. Goes off Pajot and wide. Here comes Ottawa, 3 wide. Stone. And with Pajot, Stone drops it with the trailer. MacArthur shoots, and a glove save by Dustin Tokarski.
This is a great save by Dustin Tokarski, who fights to find this puck through a screen. It's a nice little rush. Stone grabs it on the wall. Going to take a little bit of ice for himself and find MacArthur through that seam. And you could see Pajot get in front of Tokarski, get out of the way at the last second. And Tokarski's able to track it and rip it out of the air. But real nice work by that line of MacArthur, Stone, and Pajot.
Montreal out shooting Ottawa 12-5 here in the second period. And that shot from Carlson drifts high and wide. Weirkar took a stick in the face. And Eller brings the puck back the other way. Just missed by Ryan. And Carlson picks up the puck in full stride. Chipped through the middle by Zibanejad, but picked off, and here's Gilbert with it. Up for Bournival, that's knocked away. Eller tries to knock it in, and Weirkar races to it for the Senators. Now Eller puts it right on goal. Anderson drops it down and leaves it there for Carlson. 25-18 overall the shots in favor of Ottawa in a 3-1 lead. Zibanejad, who opened the scoring, up ahead for Hoffman, but that plays offside at the Montreal line. 5:59 to go in the second period. Back to Ottawa after this. Join host Ian Mendez and Gord Wilson after every home game for All Access, presented by Bell, live with the Sens website and mobile app. And a look at the beautiful Rideau Canal. Some teams have had open practices on the canal over the years.
It has. It is. I had some fun earlier, Gord, but it is such a spectacular sight, and it's such a unique experience to be on it. And I believe as a team years ago, we had some sort of an informal skate one day.
You'll have to be specific which team, Jamie. You had more than one.
Yes, for quite a few. I'll just leave it at that. You'd have to hockey DB me to see how many teams I was working my way through.
He's been able to skate the games at the old Ottawa Civic Center. When the Sens played there. Not the old, it's still in use by the Ottawa 67.
I did play against the Senators when they first started in that old Civic Center. Mike Bilberry was my coach. He left me on the bus one time.
Hard to believe. Subban just missed McCulloch. Here's Turris back with it. And Pacioretty picks up the loose puck in the corner. Just over 5 to go in the second period. Ottawa hasn't won back-to-back games at home since early November. They've only done it twice all year. Their chance to get back in the playoff race starts tonight. Turris in, shoots, he fired it wide. Including tonight, 12 of the next 15 at home for Ottawa. And you've got a tired divisional opponent who played it last night and traveled from Columbus.
Talking to Coach Dave Cameron, he's liked the effort level. And this morning he actually said that since he's taken over, he's felt that his team has at least been in every game and felt that it's been winnable at some point. Wasn't happy with their effort in Dallas in the second period, obviously, but he says it's a learning curve and he's hoping that the players put forth that 60-minute effort. Well, so far they've been pretty good in the first 35, 40 minutes of this game.
In comes Karlsson with a chance here. Karlsson fired that wide, and Hoffman went limping in behind Tokarski, who took him down. Right ahead by Gilbert, but the pass knocked down by Ryan at center ice. In comes Karlsson. Finds Zibanejad. Shoots. Tokarski got some, but not all of it. And Zibanejad back with it. Taps it back to Ryan. Now Hoffman swings it around for Karlsson. Picks up the loose puck, banks to the head for Parenteau. He's got Galchenyuk with him. That play was way offside, and Montreal has to tag back up. Under 4 to go in the second. Zibanejad over Galchenyuk. And Galchenyuk stays with it, plays it up for Sekat, who kicks it back into the Montreal zone. Subban. Up for Sekat, who gets hammered there by McCulloch. Now battle for the puck, Pajot. To the line, but not quite out, and now it finally does squeeze by Markov, who falls. Stone trying to knock it ahead.
Markov's going to get a call here.
Another penalty coming to Markov for a trip at center ice.
No, I believe it's Stone, I believe. Sorry.
Oh. There you go. Yeah, Montreal's got the puck, so it's not going to be Markov. And Markov was skating towards the penalty box. Here's Buchanan's with it now.
There's a guilty conscience.
And now Stone does touch up, and it will be him who goes off for the trip.
Well, it happened right in front of me, Gord. Stone reaching in on Markov. Looked to me like he lost his balance, and that's where I thought the penalty was, where Markov reaches out and trips Stone, but the initial call for tripping on Stone on Gonchar, and the Canadians get another opportunity here in the power play in this second period.
See Cameron save 4th in a row. Montreal 0 for 3 in the power play, 7 shots.
Just letting the refs know that that's 4 in a row. Dave Cameron not happy. Certainly animated on the bench.
Pretty cheap, he said.
Yeah.
So a face-off won by Buchanan. Back to the point it goes for Gonchar. A critical point in the game here late in the second period. Markov down to Gallagher. Buchanan's looking there for Pacioretty. Finds him in the corner, and Pacioretty swings it back to Buchanan. To Pacioretty. Gallagher set up in front now. Gonchar. Pacioretty, rink wide, he goes for Markov. Markov in for Buchanan. Slips that wide of the goal, but Pacioretty back with it now. Max Pacioretty. Swings it back to Markov. To Gonchar, winds and shoots, and through the traffic. Anderson saw that and kicked it away. Pacioretty centers it. Knocked down by Mathot. And Legwand plays it ahead for Condra.
Brendan Gallagher again wreaking havoc in front of Craig Anderson, and he fights through the screen and makes a nice left pad save, but Gallagher and Anderson had a running dialogue, and it's gotten a little bit physical. I have to keep an eye on that.
Pacioretty got spun around by Ceci. Here's Gonchar with it. Minutes to go in this Montreal power play. Pacioretty lines in, looks back door for Gallagher, and Ceci knocked that away. Gallagher had a tap in otherwise. Back at the point is Gonchar. Being pressured there by Pajot, who's lost his stick. And he can't kick the puck out. Pacioretty down to Gallagher. Banks it off a skate and went just wide off the blade of Ceci. And now Ceci's got it, and away it goes. Montreal trailing back as Ottawa breaks in 3-on-2 shorthanded, but Pajot's line mates went off on a change. He found himself 1-on-4.
Well, it's a smart play by Pajot. He's looking for options, slowing the rush down, but wholesale change, he just pops it into the corner.
Galchenyuk comes racing in, the puck bounces away, and Gryba plays that off the stick of Parenteau and out. 10 seconds to go in the Montreal power play. One shot on goal so far for the Canadians on this man advantage. Bounce it goes to Subban. Rims it around, back bounce in the corner. Went right to Galchenyuk, and Anderson had to quickly get back in his goal. Out of the box comes Stone, who stepped in front of Subban to pick up that puck. And Stone centering pass knocked down by Desharnais. Final minute of a back-and-forth second period. Carlson swings back for it, being watched by Desharnais. Weirkosh up for Turris. That's knocked down by Subban, who plays it hard off the glass and out. Fights off Prust, finds Carlson. Stone's pass was picked off by Desharnais, but it pinballs around at center ice to Turris. Now lifted up by Emelin. In comes Prust. Rink wide he goes. The center pass. Sakharov with a chance. He fired it wide. Great three-way passing there by Montreal. And the long shot by Emelin pounced on by Anderson, who hangs on with 18 seconds to go in the period.
This is a great opportunity and a great save by Craig Anderson. Turned over in the neutral zone, seams and goes back door. Anderson's able to read it. Then the point shot, he makes the save, but it's Prust that kicks it wide, and then Seacash gets an opportunity. He takes it off his right skate and just misses the net on that glove side, but it's terrific puck work by the Canadians in the last 40 seconds of this period.
Now Mathot off the face-off win, fires around for Hoffman's advantage, who won that draw, had the pass bounce away from him. 10 seconds to go in the period, and Mathot goes back for it. High off the glass he goes, it bounces over the glass and out with 3.4 seconds left. Montreal out shooting Ottawa 14-7 here in the second period.
Marc Mathot has been a physical presence on the back end. Real good job by him and Gryba on the penalty kill, and that last penalty kill, the penalty to Mark Stone. But I've talked about it before with Mathot, his health, him coming back and him getting his legs underneath him. It helps slot everyone else and push them down in the lineup where they had Chris Phillips was playing too many minutes earlier in the season. Now Weirkosh comes back in. Even when Borowiecki's in the lineup, you know, Mathot's better suited to play with Carlson in that top pairing.
Puck drops down to the feet of Buchanan's. At the end of the second period, the Ottawa Senators have a 2-goal lead. Heading for the third, here's James Duthie, the panel, and our second intermission. In Ottawa, the second period scoring summary is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Erik Karlsson gets his 8th of the year. Montreal outshoots Ottawa 14-7 in that period, but overall it's Ottawa 27-20. Gord Miller back here with Jamie McLennan between the benches. And Jamie, Jean-Gabriel Pajot spent most of the first 3 months of the season in the American Hockey League. And it took him a while to get going once he got to the NHL, but doing pretty well of late.
He's been very strong as of late, and now he's starting to get rewarded for his hard work. Away from the puck and with the puck. Using his speed on the penalty kill generates a scoring chance. Tokarski makes a nice save. Cleaning up the garbage in front of Craig Anderson. The juicy rebound, and then driving hard through the middle to create some space for Erik Karlsson and gets an assist. And then his own goal, getting body position inside on Brendan Gallagher to get a nice rebound off the McCulloch offering. So Pajot's been really strong in this game as he continues to gain more confidence at the National Hockey League So he's done a terrific job.
To mention an Ottawa native, played junior hockey across the river for Gatineau, also played in Chicoutimi where David Desharnais played. The teams begin the third period 5-on-5. Puck goes off the glass to Pacioretty, who pitches center ice, and busting in is Gallagher. Brendan Gallagher in, gets a shot away to pad stop by Craig Anderson in the opening seconds of the third period. Now Hoffman across the line along with Ryan, centering it. Ryan can't get a shot away. Hoffman gets it right back to Ceci. Looks down low to Ryan, but Subban stepped in front of that. And now Plekanec lifts it up for Pacioretty. Trying to find Gallagher. He was tied up. Now Gallagher gets it back. Fresh legs coming off the bench. And Pacioretty picks up a loose puck. Shoots from a sharp angle. And Craig Anderson makes a stop on that.
Brendan Gallagher is going to create his own opportunity. It's a 1-on-3 in essence. And he's going to go inside, outside as Jared Cowan does a drive-by on the play. And Gallagher sees that, creates his own lane, and gets a good shot away on Craig Anderson, who's forced to make a real tough save early in this period. But it's all made possible by Gallagher and the move in the neutral zone on Jared Cowan.
Now Beaulieu trying to hold the line, but that was knocked away by Stone. He finds Karlsson. Erik Karlsson in, drops it back to the treader. Pajot couldn't pull the trigger. Karlsson with a sharp angle, had that go off a stick. Now Pajot back with it. Centers it, McCulloch with a chance. Rebound. Oh, what a stop by Dustin Tokarski in tight. And Stone has it back. Lost the puck to Parento, who feeds it out to center ice. So both teams with good scoring chances here in the opening moments of the third period. Montreal comes in having won 6 straight on the road and 4 straight overall against Ottawa.
It's a good response shift to giving up that chance to Brendan Gallagher. A couple looks towards Dustin Tokarski, who's made a couple nice saves.
Now Lazar got staggered at center ice. Condra picks it up. In comes Condra with a chance. Tokarski to stop. And Condra and Emelin go hard into the Montreal goal. And it's dislodged in behind Tokarski.
The initial rush, Erik Karlsson's going to get the puck and throw it back through the seam to Pajot. Desharnais gets his stick over top of him, so he can't get it into the open net. And then McCulloch's going to get a bouncing puck, and it settles down to the last second. Tries to jam it in short side, and then Condra driving hard to the net. Tokarski holds his ground, and Emelin and Condra knock the net off. So good initial rush towards the net, and Tokarski ends up standing strong.
Ottawa players used to joke that when they played home games against Montreal, you had to score early to get the crowd out of it. Because so many Canadiens fans make the trip down the highway to come here. And so there's a lot of Montreal fans in Ottawa to begin with. Here's Weirkai for Chiasson to MacArthur. Return pass for Chiasson, broken up by Weiss. And he goes for Malhotra. Trust ships it there for Weiss, who comes busting in. Weiss, it's a off-balance shot away. That went just wide, and Weiss falls in behind the Ottawa goal. Trust to Greiba in, but he finds Turris, and Turris swings that rink wide for MacArthur. Ottawa changing, and Chiasson goes in. And Subban picks up the rolling puck. PK Subban. Backhands that hard off the boards, but it goes into the open door and into the Montreal bench. You mentioned earlier, Jamie, that Montreal is the highest scoring third period team in the league, tied with Tampa for the most with 53 in the third.
Well, you have to be aware of it. You faced a team in Dallas on Tuesday that was the highest scoring team in the National Hockey League in the second period, and it didn't go so well. Well, you have to guard against that, and the best way to do that is get on the attack and disrupt their forecheck.
The odd thing about that, Jamie, is that in the first period, only Buffalo has scored fewer goals than Montreal, so it takes them a while to get warmed up.
Slow starters, and we talked about the Senators in the first period, how they were all over the Canadiens. Canadiens had played last night, travel and skate in the morning. Took them a little bit to get their legs going, and it was Pacioretty who was the difference in that period to at least put them on the board. And they had a better effort in the second period, had some good chances towards Craig Anderson, and now their third period is their best, so that's where the Senators certainly have to be aware of it.
Now Plekanec had that bounce away. Hoffman Goes rink wide to Carlson, who fires it down to the Montreal zone. Racing forward is Zibanejad, who knocks down a rolling butt. Tried to center it. Gallagher broke it up. Almost had Pacioretty in free, but Hoffman knocks it down and sends it back down to the Montreal end. Gonchar feeds Pacioretty, and he comes. A long shot goes wide. Bounces back to Sekaj. For Eller. Lars Eller, just one goal in his last 12 games, brings that around for Prost. Sekaj picks up the puck in the corner, trying to center it. He's blocked there by Jared Cowan. And now McCulloch lifts it ahead. Emelin had to reach back and knock that away. Gilbert in for Prost. For Eller, shoots off a stick and wide. Anderson misplayed it. Here's Prost with a little chance. That's blocked by McCulloch. He's got Stone jumping in, and the lead pass from Pajot finds Stone. Drops it back to McCulloch. Spins and shoots. That goes wide. Now Prost back with it. For Eller. Eller plays it off the end boards. Off the back of the net. Here's Subban back with it. A wrist shot goes off a skate wide. And Lazar lifts it back up to center ice. A chance now for Ottawa. Condra back across for Legwand, but Subban broke it up. Condra back on it, just out of the reach of Legwand. Eller finds Parenzo. Looking for Galchenyuk, but Wiercioch broke that up. 4.5 into the third period. Condra works in, shoots off the stick of Markov. It's up and out of play. Not a lot of road games coming up for Ottawa, but on Tuesday, the Sens will be at Madison Square Garden to take on the Rangers. We'll have it for you on TSN 5 at 7 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Atlantic. Beaver tails. Have you ever had one?
I can't say I have.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never had a beaver tail?
Believe me, the amount
We are going back. When we go to the hotel,
Yes.
we're going to get one tonight.
Okay, I was going to say the amount of junk food that's gone into my body, and I haven't been able to.
Hard to believe.
I agree.
Tonight's the night, big fella.
Looking forward to it.
Desharnais works back in the corner with it. Centers it. Galchenyuk shoots. That's blocked by Mathot. What a difference Mark Mathot makes in the Ottawa lineup, playing just his 6th game of the year.
Well, Gord, as I mentioned, he's just that calming presence, and not only for the whole team, but for Erik Karlsson too, as well. That chemistry they have together, and they know how to play together. So it's certainly a real boost for the Senators having Mathot back and healthy, feeling good about his game.
Missed the first 24 of the year, played 2, missed another 13. With no training camp and very little playing time during the season.
Well, they have to make a decision with him as well. He's a pending unrestricted free agent, and he's certainly a great bargaining chip if you want to move him, but big decisions ahead with Mark Mathot's future.
Now Gallagher spins off Cowan, works it back in front, shoots, he tapped it wide. Now Pacioretty with it. Max Pacioretty spins and fires, that goes wide. Emelin tied up there by Ryan. And Zibanejad lifts it up to center ice. Pacioretty has to race back with the speedy Hoffman coming back on him.
Brendan Gallagher has been dangerous all night long, and he's such a thorn in Craig Anderson's side. He does such a great job of getting to the front of the net and creating havoc, and he's got underrated skill. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's able to do around the net and handling the puck.
Weiss got spun around the line. McCulloch busts in with Stone. In comes Milan McCulloch. Goals in back-to-back games. He lifts that one high and wide. Pajot back on it now. Trying to find McCulloch. That's broken up in Markov. Feeds that for Malhotra. That's broken up by McCulloch. Finding Malhotra, knocks it down but can't clear it up. Pajot got knocked over by Weiss. At the line is Wiercioch. Shoots. That goes just wide. Stepping up his Greimer to keep it alive. Pajot steps into Markov. Stone loose in the corner. Malhotra again can't clear it out. Knocked down by Stone. Can't get a shot away. Now from the line, Driver with a soft drive, and that's kicked away by Subban. 7 gone here in the third period. Sekaj works it as Montreal is changing. Sekaj with a head of steam, takes a whack there from Greimer. Plays it back at the point for Gonchar. Across to Beaulieu, a long shot, that's blocked by Greimer. Now Mathot lifts it around, Sekaj knocks it down. Greimer steps into him. Condra whacking at it. Puck still loose. And Condra tied up by Eller, but it's swung ahead by Lazar. He finds Condra. Eric Condra trying to work back in front. Gonchar going to stick down and knock it away. Long time between whistles here in the third period. As the puck bounced up center ice to Carlson. Legwand drops. Condra shoots, and that went just wide. Now Parenteau can't get it by Mathot. Ottawa needs a change as Gonchar goes back to pick it up. The shots on goal closing now. 29-22 in Ottawa's favor. Desharnais squeezed there by Carlson. Galchenyuk tied up by Turris. And Galchenyuk lost the puck to MacArthur. Can't get by Subban. PK Subban. Being harassed there by Turris. Back goes to Subban. Into the corner is Carlson. Being watched there by Parenteau. Parenteau plays it back for Subban. For Galchenyuk. Back in front for Parenteau, but hustling back there to stick on him with Chiasson. And Ottawa breaks it back the other way. Turris in for Carlson. Erik Karlsson swings it back for Chiasson. He was tied up by Parenteau. Now Turris drops it back to Carlson. In shoots, and Tokarski makes the stop and hangs on. Over 5 minutes on the whistle, Ottawa still up by 2. Page after every win to vote on the Marks Man of the Match, and you could be a winner courtesy of Marks. You could vote for that Mark if you wanted to.
Well, Mark Stone's had a nice game so far, and this is somebody whose consistency has been questioned a little bit. He's been up and down the lineup. Coach Dave Cameron has given an opportunity on that first line, but he's been as low as that fourth line. So the details of his game are strong. You just expect a little bit more production out of him if he's getting a lot of minutes.
At the line, the puck bobbled. Picked up by Gallagher. Taken down by Ryan. And Cowan lifts that down to the Montreal zone. That'll be an icing call against the Ottawa Senators. So Mark Stone's dad, Bob, worked in Sault Ste. Marie. He was a newspaper writer at the Sault Star. And he left to take a job in Winnipeg. And when he did that, they told a summer student who had worked for them that he could have the vacant job. That was Bob McKenzie.
Wow. That's interesting. The 6 degrees of separation. Bob McKenzie gets his start.
And we've regretted it ever since.
You said that, not me.
The hockey world has never been the same. Desharnais works in. Feeds that across. That'll just reinforce the notion that Canadians all know each other.
That's true.
More like 3 degrees of separation up here. Really giving to Galchenyuk in the corner. The battle continues. The puck's moved about 6 inches. Now it's Ryan's turn with Parenteau. Beaulieu comes in to help out. And now Galchenyuk's giving back to Mathot. And incredibly, no NHL rules were broken in that entire exchange.
Well, like you said, Gord, the puck didn't move 6 inches. It's a rugby scrum.
Hoffman swings it ahead for Pajot. Loose in front. He's taken down by Beaulieu. And Pajot slow to get to his feet as he collided with the net frame. Play continues. Pacioretty shoots. Anderson has it. No penalty coming. Pajot took a hard whack on that scoring chance. It remains 3-1 Ottawa. Here is tonight's game story brought to you by Molson Canadian. Jean-Gabriel Pajot is his first of the year. Milan Michalek with a pair of assists, and Max Pacioretty has run his goal-scoring streak to 6 consecutive games. He scored 7 times in that span.
And Jean-Gabriel Pajot gets a terrific pass by Mike Hoffman. Gets an inside step. Beaulieu knocks the puck away. Pajot trying to draw a penalty as he's falling down, but ends up carrying right into the net, and it hits his side. He skated off in some distress, but he's all right now. But what a pass by Mike Hoffman, creating deception on the fake dump in and hitting Pajot with a real good look towards the net.
Subban holds the line. His long wrist shot was tipped wide by Gallagher. Markov shoots. That's blocked by Mathot. Lacanis bounces that for Pacioretty. And Stone has it now for Ottawa. Legwand drops it back for McCulloch. Loose in the corner is Milan Michalek. Lays it down to Stone. With Legwand standing in front, Stone got tied up there by Subban. And Markov has the loose puck. PK Subban averaging more than 25 minutes a game for Montreal. He's never finished a season averaging over 25.
It's the right amount of time for him to feel good. And plus, you want to roll him out there on the power play as much as possible, almost like Erik Karlsson. And
in comes Eller now with Weiss. Lars Eller drops it across, and Erik Karlsson came back to break that up and dribbled down to Anderson, who couldn't even pounce on that. But Erik Karlsson might have saved a goal there.
outstanding work by the captain for the Senators. Bobbling puck, it pops over Wierkosz's stick. Now Karlsson turns, takes away that saucer pass through the middle, and Anderson's able to identify that bouncing puck towards him. But nice little saucer play. You could see the thought process by Lars Eller forcing that open lane on the back door, but Karlsson makes a nice play to take away a scoring chance.
Now Desharnais with it. Pajot knocked that away. It bounces right back on goal. Anderson steered that away and gave Parenteau a shot on the way by. And now a penalty coming up. As Lazar was dumped in the corner, it's going to go against P.A. Parenteau. And they're checking Lazar. And so Ottawa will get a power play with 8.5 to go in the third period.
Parenteau ends up getting his stick up on Lazar right there as he pushes him down to the ice, and it's going to be a roughing call. Tries to get inside position, but right there, that's where the penalty's called. A little cross-check to the face, and Parenteau doesn't agree with the call. They rarely do, but ref right away goes in to check to see if Lazar had some blood on him. That's Francis Sharon goes in and makes that call, but you could certainly see from that angle that was a roughing play.
Ottawa 0 for 3 in the power play tonight with 3 shots on goal. Karlsson trails back as Prust watches him. Picked up by Zibanejad. Up for Ryan, who's trying to step around Markov, but Markov stole the puck away. Now Prust is giving Karlsson problems. Karlsson to Zibanejad. For Ryan. Back to Zibanejad. He was bumped down by Markov, or Subban rather, and Subban fires it down as he and Markov go to work on the penalty kill.
It's a big power play for the Senators. Up 3-1 with just under 8 minutes left in the game. You've got to continue to push ahead and at least create some momentum and some scoring chances to keep Montreal back on their heels.
Emelin picks off that pass. He finds Plekanec, who scored twice shorthanded this year. Plekanec works it back for Pacioretty. The puck bounced off his stick. Pacioretty spins and shoots. That's blocked. And Turris has it back for Ottawa. Sends are changing as Turris sends it in deep. Back goes Tom Gilbert for it. His carry attempt hits Stone. Stone goes back to Ceci. Lines and fires. Tipped wide by Turris. And now Eller on it with Pacioretty, but Pacioretty needs to change. In comes Eller. Drops it back. Emelin on the drive. Anderson is saved. He sprawls across on the rebound and taken away from Eller. And Craig Anderson pounces on that.
It's good work by Lars Eller through the neutral zone. Going to get the puck. Drop it. Markov just hammers it towards the net, and then Wierkosz gets inside position on Eller as he has a wide open net potentially off the left pad of Craig Anderson, and Wierkosz holds strong and gets underneath his stick. And Anderson's able to corral that rebound, but it's good work by Wierkosz holding his position, and it's a nice shot by Markov in a shorthanded situation.
Ceci pokes it ahead for Hoffman. Good wide, he goes to Ryan. Now picked off by Weiss, but Hoffman steals it right back. Zibanejad across to Mathot. Now he goes to Zibanejad. Hoffman drops it back to Ceci with time. Shoot, Tokarski save! And the rebound just out of the reach of Ryan. Now Ceci back with it. Cross to Mathot with a drive. Tokarski again makes the stop. Zibanejad back with it. Parenteau back on the ice. 2 shots on goal for Ottawa on that power play. And it bounces by Ceci. Parenteau's going to hustle, but he won't get there in time. It's icing against the Canadiens, and these Montreal penalty killers have been on the ice for a while.
Justin Tokarski does some good work here on the penalty kill. Puck's going to come back to the point through the seam. He's able to fight that off as there's some contact with Bobby Ryan in front. Ryan just fighting for position. Tokarski's able to take that up high. You can see that Ryan clips one of his legs and turns him around, but it's good concentration by Tokarski, knowing that there is pressure coming from the backside to fight off that initial shot and keep it in front of him.
Subban and Markov are really tired here. Subban lifts that way up in the air to center ice. It's knocked down by Cal. Now look at Subban and Weiss off. Markov has to stay on for now. Now Beaulieu buys some time as more Canadians straggle off. Markov lost the puck though. He can barely get back to the Montreal bench and just now glides back. Gonchar tries to find Parenteau under 6 to go in the third period. Last night, Montreal down 2-0, 8.5 to go. Reeled off 3 to beat Columbus. As Ottawa tried to hang on to this 2-goal lead. We're back to Ottawa after this. Canadian Tire Senators Hockey on TSN is brought to you by Bell. Hockey just got better. By Molson Canadian, diehard fan and proud partner of the Ottawa Senators. And by Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. Scotiabank. Nice night for a skate. You can rent skates, you know, Jamie, if you wanted to.
I know, believe me. Next time I'm in Ottawa, I'm going to take you up on that, Gord. We're going to go down the canal and get one of those, what are it, beaver tails, correct?
I believe you've never had one.
Believe me, I've had plenty of donuts.
You can lose your passport for not having a beaver tail. I mean, that's what an egregious offense that is.
Believe me, people have never accused me of being ripped, so I've had plenty of donuts in my career, but just not one shaped like a beaver tail. If they are, they're more a donut-like substance, correct?
Yes.
There we go.
Flattened donut-like substance. Oh, you're in for a world of delight tonight, my friend.
And sugar rush.
Yes, you'll be up to 5. Hoffman picks out that loose puck. Shots now 32-24, Senators. Ottawa's got Carolina here on Saturday. Montreal plays the Islanders on Saturday with the best road team in the NHL. Carlson shoots and through the traffic. Tokarski makes the stop.
3-1. Senators have had a real nice effort, but it's Craig Anderson again that provides that stability in net. He's been solid all night long. The one thing that's so impressive about me with Craig Anderson is that he identifies the threats coming towards him. I call him more of a first shot goaltender because he's always in terrific position to make that first save. And then he worries about the secondary opportunities after that first shot. So it's impressive what he's been able to do. He's had a terrific season. You could argue that he's been their MVP as he's come to play every night. He's done a job again with 23 saves in this game.
Now Gallagher in for the draw against Legwand. And Gallagher wins it. Subban wheels ahead, being trailed there by Lazar. Subban still with it, and Lazar steps into him. After pass goes, Legwand knocks it out. Here's Eric Condra loose behind the Montreal defense. Eric Condra in. Taking a good shot away as Pacioretty came back to disrupt that scoring chance. Now Markov across to Subban, but Lazar steps in front of that. Condra back with it. Captured there for Lazar. Eric Condra plays it off the back of the goal. Shots are 33-24 Ottawa. Condra back for Greiba. To Weirkosh, a long wrist shot knocked down in front by Legwand. David Legwand peels back in the corner. Plays it back to Weirkosh. His long shot blocked in front by Markov. And Pacioretty lifts it up to center ice as Montreal needs a change. Weirkosh. And that knocked away. Weiss comes in, but Cody Ceci stepped in front of him. Rink wide, he goes for Pajot. Back across to Weirkosh, who's been a healthy scratch in the 2 previous games for Ottawa. Stone sends it back in deep. Gilbert rings it around, waiting for it is Weiss. Cowan steps into him. And Weiss chipped that into the Ottawa bench with 3:52 to go in the third period.
Eric Condra gets an opportunity. It's a nice little play up the wall. Legwand's just going to chip it into space. So Condra's going to pick it up. It's a rolling puck. The last second he tries to stop that roll and fire it towards the net. Pacioretty does a terrific job getting back into that lane, getting on the stick, and Condra unable to get a shot on net on Dustin Tokarski.
Cowan lifts it high in the air. He gets by Gilbert. Icing waved off as McCulloch was trailing him. Gilbert swings down ahead. Weiss goes rink wide for Evelyn, hit his skate. And Lars Eller rattles that off the glass and back into the Ottawa zone. Cowan up in for Pajot. Now Eller with the puck in the corner, centers it, knocked away by Stone. And Stone kicks it ahead, but Sekach steps in front of him. And Sekach puts it back in the corner. Weiss in for Eller. Puck still loose behind the Ottawa goal. Eller got away from Cowan. And now Cowan re-engages as Eller picks up the loose puck. Intercepted by Stone, who lifts that softly down the Montreal zone. And that's an icing call against Ottawa with 2:51 to go. And these guys are tired, and Dave Cameron might have to take time out.
Well, he may call that timeout, but it's terrific work down low by the Senators. There's no threat towards the net. 5 guys in support position. Jean-Gabriel Pajot with his head on a swivel to make sure that there wasn't a deactivated from the point. And yes, you end up taking an icing, but it also relieves pressure at the right time where the Canadians are trying to make that final push with just under 3 minutes left. And certainly hasn't been the Canadians' A game, I would say, in a back-to-back situation. They've had some good threats towards the net, but not that secondary effort. And that's a tribute to, yes, Craig Anderson's been strong, but strong defensive play by the Senators here. But they've had a pretty good so far first 57 minutes.
Carey Price and Dustin Tokarski having a laugh on the Montreal bench. So Tokarski would like to stay there with under 3 to go in the third.
I wonder if Craig Anderson's going to try and go for a goal again if he gets an opportunity. 3 minutes to pull your goaltender. I mean, I don't know if Patrick Waugh brought that back in. Last season, it was, I believe, around 2:45 he was doing it, but people had claimed that Mark Crawford was one of the first ones to do that in LA.
Subban across to Markov. His shot dribbles down in front. Pacioretty shoots. That goes just wide. Buchanan centers it. And it goes off the pads of Anderson back to center ice. Fired back in by Markov. It takes another funny bounce in behind one off the back of the net. Second time that's happened to Ottawa tonight. Subban for Pacioretty. And now the play is called offside. And check that, they're going to call a deflection off the glass, and so the face-off will be in the Ottawa end.
Here's the dump in, and the challenge is Craig Anderson knows this building, and it hits the stanchion and pops right out, but he's very casual about it, doesn't panic, doesn't go diving back to the net. That's the advantage of knowing the building, but you certainly can't trust. As a goaltender, a lot of times, if it's on the glass, you usually just stay in your net and point to the other direction for the oncoming defender.
A chance for Pacioretty after Markov fell. And Desharnais picks it up. 2:15 to go in the third period. Carlson kicking it by Buchanan. Now they battle behind the goal. Gallagher digs it out. Zibanejad off the glass and just have a chance now for Hoffman streaking in. Subban took it away. Bobby Ryan pokes it ahead. The play's onside. Ryan in, shoots. Subban blocked it. Now Ryan quite happy to work the puck down below the goal line as Markov picks it up. Ryan steps into him. Subban lifts it high in the air and away to Gallagher. In across the line is Gallagher. Drops it off for Pacioretty. Long wrist shot. He rattled that wide. Now the Subban pass was picked off by Carlson. Markov jumps ahead. Ryan couldn't get to him. Gallagher knocks it down. The thought stays with him in the corner. Shields him off, but the puck knocked down by Buchanan. It's funny, poked out by Zibanejad to Hoffman. Fails on the first try, taken down by Subban. Buchanan ahead to Galchenyuk. Alex Galchenyuk swings it across. Gonchar drive. Anderson makes the stop. Carlson again, a bad bounce off the stanchion. Couldn't clear it out. Another pad bounce off a stanchion, and Anderson has to sweep that away.
He's waiting behind the net for it as well. Good anticipation.
Now Eller's broken his stick. Final minute of the third period. Centering pass. Beaulieu with a shot. Stopped by the blocker of Anderson. The rebound flipped high by Sekach. And the face-off will come outside with 51.8 seconds to go.
That went straight out, but Craig Anderson locked in. Puck's going to have a one-timer right here, but you see he pops it by that initial rush. People will say, well, that's a rebound or a bad rebound. That's actually a terrific rebound by Craig Anderson because he knows, again, identifying the threats towards the net. P.A. Parento was in that vicinity, and he ends up punching it by traffic, and they're able to try and get that puck out. That's just smart goaltending by Craig Anderson, confident goaltending, knowing where that puck placement needs to be.
So now Montreal calls timeout with 51.8 seconds remaining.
As assistant coach Dan Lacroix is going to draw up a couple plays here, try and generate something towards the net, but face off in the neutral zone. This is where if you win a key draw, you could kill off 20 seconds of this last 50, just under 52 seconds in the game.
Montreal with 6 straight road wins. Ottawa just 7 wins in its last 21 games. Entering play tonight, 10 points out of the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
Gord, it's nice to see this line get some play here in defending a lead. Curtis Lazar out there, Eric Condra and David Legwan. They've had a real nice night and being rewarded by Coach Dave Cameron with some key minutes here in the final minute.
Buchanan's got tossed. Galchenyuk will take the draw. And Legwan kicks it back to Lazar. Lifted up by Greiba. 45 seconds to go in the period. Galchenyuk steps in, but Buchanan was a half step ahead, and it's called offside. Tough night for Buchanan. A couple of minor penalties. A couple of offside calls he hasn't liked.
Well, back-to-back, like I said before, Gord, it may not be Montreal's A game, but they still have a push here. And Brendan Gallagher's lined up real wide on this play.
Yeah, he wanted to see a clean face-off winning streak in. Now Condra has it with the empty net. Eric Condra in, shoots, scores! Eric Condra puts it away for Ottawa. First goal of his last 9 games. And the Sens will win it.
Well, it's good support in the neutral zone. Condra had an option with Curtis Lazar. PK Subban was the only guy back on the play. Condra elects to shoot, but it's a one draw, a little chip off the glass, and now it's about winning a physical battle. Lazar does a really good job to keep the puck in front of him, and then Condra takes it from backhand to forehand, fires it by PK Subban, who all he can do is try and take away the lower part of the net with a 2-pad stack, and it's in the net.
So an emotional night in Ottawa, always is with Montreal in town. The Ottawa Senators return from the road as Lazar comes in and shoots, and Tokarski makes the save on him. And Beaulieu picks it up. Allen sends it back in, and the Ottawa Senators take advantage of a tired Montreal team and get a much-needed home win. And it's from the stretch of 12 home games out of 15. They win it by a final score of 4-1. And here are tonight's Molson 3 stars. Jean-Gabriel Pageau with a goal and an assist. Craig Anderson makes 25 stops, and Max Pacioretty runs his goal-scoring string to 6 consecutive games with his 21st of the year. But Pageau gets his first goal in over a calendar year. He is tonight's first star.
Well, it was good work by the Ottawa Senators. Full 60 minutes against their rivals, and they were able to come up with 2 big points.
4-1 Ottawa is your final. We'll be back next week with the Senators in New York to take on the Rangers. For David McLennan, Brett Wallace, all of us at TSN, I'm Gord Miller. Thanks for tuning in. Good night from Ottawa. Now, stand by for SportsCenter.